Alrighty, so you're tuning in to yet another episode of Lost in Dark Souls. I'll be your host, Darminian, taking you on this bizarre adventure through what is undoubtedly a quick and rapid pace of my descent into madness. Basically, what we're witnessing is my continual attempts to try and track down a harpy creature, as well as figure out how to progress through the game, because I have hit a wall of sorts at present. So I'll run through a quick mental inventory of everything I know to be the case and see if I can discover something worth exploring. But at present, there's Majula, which is the ways out which leads me back to the things betwixt, to the forest of the fallen joyance, as it were, and to Hyde's Tower of Flame. Hyde's Tower of Flame will take me to the Cathedral of Blue and to No Man's Wharf. No Man's Wharf, which I've beat through, and as far as I'm aware, only leads to one place, which is the Lost Bastille. Going back to the forest of the fallen giants, everything you go through the forest of the fallen giants leads you, so far in my experience, to doors that are locked that I can't get through, which is fair, as well as to the Lost Bastille. But regardless, so the Forest of the Fallen Giants also has a place that I've yet to be able to reach, but it's because I would need the symbol of the king, so that's irritating. I can't get through it. Hyde's Tower of Flame, as far as I'm aware, is just a linear path from the tower's base, which you get to from Majula, which leads you to the Cathedral of Blue, as well as, like I said, when you pass the Tower of Flame, you get to No Man's Wharf, which again takes you to Lost Bastille. So, ignoring all of this so far, what we have is the Lost Bastille. What we have at the Lost Bastille is every single fireplace activated. So I have the Exile holding cells, which I've been through, done so back and forth, and the base of which leads me back to the wharf where I was dropped off after a Dead Man's Wharf. We have Macduff's Workshop, who, as far as I'm aware, is a blacksmith who's waiting for me to supply him with a piece of titanite or a flame or some kind of something that I'm not sure what it is, but I don't have it because I haven't been offered the chance to give it to him. We have the servants' quarters, which the lower half leads me to the Belfry Luna. The other road leads me to rooftops in between and around the cells, as well as towards the Sinner's Rise. Strayed Cell, which is at the top of one of the places near Sinner's Rise, which only contains Strayed and a bonfire. He allows me to make weapons, but it's dead end. And the Tower Apart, which is where you would basically end up moving towards to meet both Lucatiel as well as the boss of the area, which, once you went through the boss of the area, you would get to the servants' quarters. Why it's laid out in this particular way, I'm not too sure. Doesn't matter. Sinner's Rise, as far as I'm aware, I'm going to have to go and check it out, but check out the Salt Fort, but as far as I'm aware, there's just the way down into the basement, which leads you to the dead end, which is the old sinner, or the female sinner, but I'm going to have to spend some more time in it, because maybe there's more there. So Sinner's Rise is what I intend to check out. Belfry Luna is literally a bonfire that's over top of a dead end that leads into the bell tower. The only thing I could do in Belfry Luna that I'm aware of would be join the Covenant, kill some people, and get some stones to upgrade my weapons. The Farfire Woods, or the Farfire. Old Alcalair, the Rune Fork Road, and the Shaded Runes. The Shaded Runes is that Forest of the Lion guys. I've dispatched and killed and dealt with all of them, save for, and the newest sort of transgression or altered or change or whatever else have you was, there was the guy in the wheelchair who I talked to. He's disappeared henceforth. There's a Scorpion dude, but I did all of his stuff and missions. There's the Arachnid Queen, who I can still deal with, as he was, or she was, the Duke's lady, and the Duke was who I killed in the library, and that's when he was like, oh wow, you killed the guy who was responsible for me. And he's talking about the final area boss of the Brightstone Cove in Seldora. Going through the Shaded Runes is how I got to the Doors of Pharos. The Doors of Pharos, as far as I'm aware, only has these two bonfires in it. The bonfires in it. The first one leading me, this is the Grimmer Spite is the halfway point between Brightstone Cove and the Doors of Pharos, because if I push forward, I go into the Doors of Pharos, and if I come back out and go up the stairs, I leave in the Brightstone Cove. In the cove, I found that fireplace, but it didn't do anything for me. It was just a middle point. It was nice to have it, but as far as I can tell, there's nowhere to press on here either. There's the chapel. The only other thing is there's a key that I have that was dropped by the Duke that I perhaps will have to explore and look for another door, so it's possible, but I've done a pretty sincere job of looking around, so I'm frustrated thus far. But there's also the Duke's archives, if you will, or like the Duke's library. There might be something there, as well as the fact that I did get a key from her that so far has only opened one door. But if you ask me, I feel like a key to Brightstone Cove should open at least 2 doors, but I could just be way off the mark. Because the key given to me opened a door that contained the ability to upgrade, the gems that upgrade my Pyromancy's Flame, so I'm still stuck on that. The Grave of Saints. This is the initial area where you go on to meet the Rat King. I've gone through here repeatedly. There's the boss fight that I already did, the first like Rat King boss fight, and then there was also like the traps that you can activate, but I went all the way around that, and even though I opened up that additional sort of shortcut, I gained nothing from it. If I go through the grave entrance, I can I go through the boss area, talk to the Rat King, and then I drop down. When I drop down, I wind up in the gutter. I've gone through the gutter repeatedly. It's possible there's another bonfire another way, but if there is, I have yet to see it. The Black Gulch is, as far as I'm aware, another linear stretch that leads me from the beginning all the way to the hidden chamber, which then leads to the boss fight. And at the end of the boss fight, there is a flame you can use to escape. There is, however, an item within the Black Gulch that I have forgotten to get. So, in review of saying this right now, I'm going to go and get it and see what that is. I remember specifically because I didn't want to run through the pile of flaming debris or ash that was the remnant left over of, forget what I just said. It's in a pile of flame, and I didn't want to take damage trying to pick it up. That's what I was trying to say when I butchered that sentence that I just butchered. It's in there and to my left, and it makes me wonder if perhaps it's a key or something I need. Perhaps it's the hunter's corpse. Or perhaps I already picked up the item and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty confident it was over here. Yeah, no, it still is. Fire seed. Okay. Yeah, pushing through here all the way to the back, I believe there's like a door that leads me to a primal flame, which will then teleport me as well. I'm gonna kill a couple of those hand guys to get some of the hardstone shards, or whatever it is, and hopefully someone summons me, although I seriously doubt it. I think I'm a little bit high in level to be in this place, but we shall see what we shall see. There's also the chance that perhaps there's another pathway here, but as far as I was aware, these little caves on the side only led to chests. There's also the chance that I may have to drop down here or look for another path. I sincerely doubt it, but one can never be too sure of these things. I was hoping that would illuminate a little bit more than it actually did. And this leads to a chest. This is not the way to go, as far as I'm concerned. There is that, whatever is up there. I'm not necessarily sure how to get up there, if there's even a thing, or if it's just a hole carved in the wall. Maybe there's something, I'm not too sure. The other options are perhaps that crystal can be smashed or shattered with something. I don't know. Perhaps, it's difficult to say. I know that after I killed this queen and the spider, or the Duke's spider lady, if you will, I know that a crystal has emerged from the ground where she was, underneath the dragon's mouth. I know that this is probably a lie. Tried gesture. far as I'm aware, that's the door I came in. I did find the means to upgrade my fireball. Yeah, I don't know. So again, the only other options I'm thinking are maybe I can use, like, if I had like a legendary weapon or a specialty weapon I could use on that crystal shard, maybe I could break it, but I clearly have to interact with it in some way, or somehow, I should say. I don't know if one of my rings is broken. I want to check that quickly. Nope, we're good. We're all good. Yeah, so again, I've hit this standstill, this tough spot where I'm just unsure how to proceed. I could check out the wharf again. I don't know what good it would do me. And the Doors of Pharos, and I guess I'll have to try Bright Cove, Tesseldora, or Etzeldora again. I think there's got to be another door I can open with that key, a door that I've missed somewhere. It's about the only thing that I can comprehend. Like, there's not a lot of other options. And again, I know if I go back through the cathedral, I know that...
No. Anyone can. No men, surely. Whenever you are...
As far as I'm aware, this will lead me out into the encampment. This is that dead end with the thing of water, but there was an item up here. Doesn't appear to be a secret passage anywhere. This leads me back out to the desert. Yeah, it's a rough go. I'm really trying to understand where I'm supposed to go, and I'm not having the easiest time figuring it out. As far as I'm aware, yeah, this is the spider trap area, which is the tunnel you come down after you go through the encampment. So this is still a closer bonfire. So I'm gonna head... Here's a chance to duel somebody at least. Alright, well, Twice doesn't want to fight, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm perplexed as to how to proceed. That's the newest item that I got was the key that he in fact dropped, which allowed me to get the piece that I needed to upgrade my pyromancy flame, but... Alright, now I'm in this shit show of a thing. Oh no! Okay. That worked out much better than I thought it was going to. I have no complaints. Actually, there's still that locked door, though, isn't there? There's still, I believe, a locked door, which has not revealed its secrets to me. I gotta dequip the bow, because it's thrown off my mental process of when I can switch, because I thought I was switching back to my sword, and I changed the bow, and then I took a hit that I didn't need to. Also, if I'd used Great Fireball, I wouldn't have had that issue either. Not a big deal. Frustrating, but not a big deal. Again, that door's still locked. I don't know how to unlock that door. Oh, look at this.
So we meet again, kind traveller. This is my workshop. In your tongue, I believe I would be called a blacksmith. I create all manner of equipment. Normally I only cater, but I have it. My wares are, I am certain. I require no payment this time. My technique absolutely. The nature of an item is greatly influenced. They can be tricky to use, but this is what I meant by unique. It's hard to believe now. It's King Vendrick. What does imagine what I might create? It is said that our technique originates from a pale beast that lived long, long ago. If you find do you find you humans are always this way? The way you glare at any unfamiliar creature. That mix of curiosity, fear, and revulsion. No, the nature of an item is great. They can be this. It's hard to.
Okay, cool. So we're entering the dialogue now. Cool. So yeah, she's just a basic blacksmith thus far. What do you have for sale? Ooh. Curved greatsword, like a katana. A partisan, a twin blade, a composite bow, a heavy crossbow. She has arrows as well. I have like no souls presently. Fall control, homing soul mass. Oh, and she spells playing butterflies. That's cool. Those are valuable. Soul of the Lost Sinner to make the Lost Sinner's sword. Oh, it doesn't cost me any money. That's kind of cool. Spider Fang, Soul of the Duke's Dear Freya. Spider Silk. What is this? A thrusting sword? Butcher's knife. Oh, that's cool. Absorbs the HP of foes. That's cool. And the Dragon Slayer Spear. I don't think I have the old Dragon Slayer's. Oh, I do have the old Dragon Slayer soul. Really? I didn't think I did. Rancer, Forge of the Soul of the Old Dragon Slayer. Spear of the Night. Known as the Dragon Slayer is imbued with the power of lightning. Shattered the stone scales of dragons. Strong attack unleashes latent power. Lightning special attack is a strong attack. Cool. Great sword forged from the soul of the Lost Sinner. Its blade saps the life of its wielder. The true nature of the sword is unknown, even to the Lost Sinner herself. So does a chick. Sammy and I were talking about that. Attacks damage wielder. Interesting. Slowing enemy movement. Wow. I think I'm going to try the thrusting sword, if only because I think it's neat. I don't really use them too often, but I think they're kind of cool. The curved sword is neat too, actually. This one has more damage and a higher riposte damage, actually, as a curved sword. But I like the thrusting swords.
Come back again. What do you... Come again. Yeah.
Let's do that, and... That's cool. That's really neat. That's cool. I like that. Alright. Unfortunately, though, we've still not gained much in the way of usefulness. Oh, I know this is the dead end. I know up here are the skeletons. And this leads me to these fellas. Oh, mastodon armor, eh? Oh, I guess it's the elephants. That's really cool. I didn't even know I had that. Yes, so again, as I've been complaining about, there's a door here that I can't open either. It's locked. I will. No sweat. We got cream cheese. We're good for days. So, in lieu of this, I know these guys are going to drop down and be buttholes. Oh god. Recording. Thank you. So again, I firmly believe there's got to be another door somewhere in here, but if nothing else, maybe I can find a way to deal with that crystal. Whoa, 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 where did all you guys come from? Jesus! I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this. Surprised. I figured with Dark Souls, like the Law of Souls, I figured for sure he'd drop an item. It just seemed like the only way to really enjoy that. Accidentally triggered that move. Yeah, because that door opened this, and then nothing else came of it. Which just seems so asinine. I opened this door, and it had like an item there, but it didn't have anything else. This one's got the ladder that takes me up to where I'd fight the Duke's dear Freya, his spider duchess, if you will. But again, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna... Hold on, how did you get up there? That's interesting to me. I don't know how that guy got up there. Unless he was able to run up this. Yeah. That is weird. Oh no, that one over there. Okay, cool. That was close. Look carefully. I see he was talking about the spider. Rickard's rapier, eh? I feel like I've picked up a few of those. I'm not sure who Rickard was. Maybe it's just a sword. It's interesting that the spiders seem to drop them, though. Let's see if there's something up here. Nope, nothing. Brutal. As I continue to explore the depths, I find myself losing more and more my grasp on sanity. I can't figure out how I'm supposed to traverse further into this world. And thus I break the bonds on the reality. Oh no. Oh god. And as far as I'm aware, this is just a big pit full of, like, webbing and shit. There was a dual sign was on the ground here. If we all want to fight, we can all fight. Fireballs left. Who's it gonna be? Yeah, that's death for sure. Alas, nothing happened. Check my message. I'm just gonna delete that. Poor soul. Yeah, so I don't know. Frustrating. This probably won't work. But as I'm continuing my sort of inability to figure out what does what vibe, yeah, okay. I don't know. Alright. Just don't know. Oh man. I guess it was trying to fight him and then losing, but I don't know. This is a rough go. I want to check the Sinner's Rise too, but it's still really irritating. I'm going back to Lower Brightstone so I can possibly consider buying one of the other weapons off here that I haven't seen yet. One of those, like, katanas or whatever it is. Whoa, oh, your curse is coming through the wall, eh, bro? That's nice.
It is said that our technique, a pale beast, if...
Partisan, I don't care about. A twin blade, I already have. A composite bow that does 82 damage. Let's buy... Let's just buy 100 arrows. Okay,
Come
cool.
back again.
Alright, reached the 32-minute mark. I'm going to Things Betwixt, and I'll pick up there. I've got an interest in trying to light all the torches, because I just don't know what else to do with myself.